You know what I don't like about Pixar's summer releases? Is that they come out in like mid-June in America, and then they don't come out until like late July in the UK. That happened this year with Finding Dory, and last year with Inside Out. I actually have a really good story about the first time I went to see Inside Out, but I'm gonna put it at the end of this video because it's a reasonably long story and I kinda wanna get into the theory. Hello there, how are you doing? So yeah, I remember when I went to see Inside Out, I was so excited, and like the first thing I did when I got home from it was watch the Super Carlin Brothers video about how it fit into the Pixar theory. Because, you know, back then I was just a theory watcher like you guys. Since then, I've made the leap and become a theorist myself. And I remember after my first viewing of Inside Out in like July 2015, I got really excited because Riley's surname was Anderson. I'm not weird, there is actually a reason why. The reason being, because there's another character from another Pixar film with the surname Anderson. None other than Bonnie from Toy Story 3. Oh my god! Bonnie and Riley are related! Well, you know, except for the small detail that Riley spells her surname with an E and Bonnie spells her surname with an O. So that theory hit a brick wall. Anyway, so after watching Inside Out for about the 6th time today, and researching every character from Inside Out, I stumbled upon something on Riley's mum's Pixar wiki page. Now, it explicitly says that Riley's mum's name is Jill Anderson, again, spelt with an E. However, what I find really confusing is that the animators went to an effort to include a weird detail. Okay, so you know that scene in Inside Out where Riley starts running away from home? That climactic bit of the film where she steals her mum's credit card and buys a bus ticket so she can go back to Minnesota.
We were promised delivery on the 5th.
Wait, stop there! Look what it says on the credit card. Okay, it isn't that clear, but they have definitely gone to the effort to animate the name K. Ann Anderson onto this credit card. You can't see it, and don't believe me, it even says it on the Pixar Wikipedia page. So this leads to the question, who is K. Ann Anderson? Okay, so the first conclusion I jumped to was that Riley's mum's maiden name was Anderson with an O, and just by pure coincidence, she married someone whose name was Anderson with an E, and she still had her maiden name on her credit card. Likely? No. Plausible? No, not even plausible, because her name is Jill, and that doesn't begin with a K. So therefore, we have evidence that K. Ann Anderson is a completely different person to Jill Anderson. So why does Jill Anderson have K. Ann Anderson's credit card? And who is K. Ann Anderson? Okay, now some of you might have even already worked this out at home. K. Ann Anderson is none other than Bonnie's mum. Do I have any proof? Well, I actually do. We know that Bonnie's mum is referred to as Mrs. Anderson, as she is referred to that on her Pixar Wikipedia page. It doesn't give anything about her first name or her middle name, so there's definitely a possibility it is K. Ann Anderson. You can't disprove it. Also, we know that Inside Out and Toy Story took place very close together in terms of location. Because in Toy Story 2, it is made very clear by a sign they go past, they are going to the Tri-County Airport. And then another really small thing the animators added in Inside Out is the Tri-County Hockey Championships here in this image. Can you see it? You know, like if you really zoom in? I know it's not very good quality, but you've got to trust me, it says Tri-County. Obviously, I'm English and my American geography isn't very good, so I have no idea what the Tri-County is, but I'm assuming that Inside Out and Toy Story took place relatively close together in either San Francisco or the Tri-County, which would mean there's a possibility Riley's mum met Bonnie's mum, and Riley's mum stole her credit card? What? And I have thought about why Riley's mum has Bonnie's mum's credit card, and I honestly was stumped. And I personally came up with this wild, crazy theory, and you might not agree with it, it's kind of speculative, but hear me out. Throughout Inside Out, it is made very clear that the dad is the worker in the family. He is the one who's bringing in the money, because, well, that's why they moved to San Francisco. Almost all of his scenes in the film are him on the phone to someone about some sort of work or something to do with his company or something like that. And in one of his scenes on the phones, he mentions the so-called investors. And who might these investors be? I personally think these investors are by and large, okay? But that is purely speculation and really doesn't have that much to do with it. Anyway, so if his whole family's been relocated because he's got to move jobs, the company he works for is being invested in or bought, I don't really know what for. The real question is, why have they moved from such a big house to such a small house at such a sudden rate? Like seriously, look how shocked Riley is that they're moving house. It's as if they didn't even tell her, and then one day they just left. Why is that? And this then leads us back to Riley's mum. What does she do for a living? Does she have a job? I personally don't think it would make sense for her to have a job during the events of the film since they've just moved. And you wouldn't really expect her to have a job that soon after moving, like they've literally been there for a matter of days. Unless she doesn't have a job at all, because she's a criminal. Riley's mum steals credit cards for a living. That's why they had to move. They were being tracked. And obviously, you're gonna say, there isn't any evidence for it. Except for the fact there's someone else's name on her credit card. Okay, you don't believe me. That's fine. Just wait for Toy Story 4. There'll be a scene where Bonnie's mum, also known as Kay Ann Anderson, is talking to someone about how she's had her credit card stolen. And then, you will know I'm right. Anyway, what do you guys think? Who's Kay Ann Anderson? Do you think it could be Bonnie's mum? Do you think there's a potential possibility that Riley's mum is actually a credit card fraud thief thing? Yeah, I'm running out of breath. Anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and yeah, leave a like and subscribe. And there's only one thing left to say. The amazing story about when I went to see Inside Out for the first time. Okay, so I went to the cinema with my mum, and we wanted to go to like the first showing in the entirety of the United Kingdom. So we went at 8 o'clock in the morning. I know, so early. And we went to the cinema, and we were sat in there, and the film just didn't stop. The adverts didn't come up, nothing happened. We were just sat there and it was a black screen. And the time the film was meant to start, or at least the adverts were meant to start, was 30 minutes ago. Until a worker at the cinema said they were unable to play the film. The manager spoke to us and told us about how there's a little card that goes into the machine so that the film can play. But it doesn't work before the film's release date in the country. So therefore there's no way anyone can watch the film at the cinema before it comes out in the specific country. And the card that makes the film work just wasn't working. And me and my mum thought, well, we can still see the film today, so we went up to another cinema and watched it. Yeah, sorry, that story ended really anticlimactically, but it was actually kind of interesting about how the whole card thing didn't work. I thought that was interesting, at least. Anyway, leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.